Okay. So, yeah. Hello, Facebook. Again. I was trying to figure out what to talk upon while I have the time. I don't have too much time. I gotta go to the bathroom. But, regardless of that. Dang, what was I talking about? I was thinking, I'm over here at this beautiful lakefront area. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But, I think what I was gonna talk on was, gosh, total brain fart. I cannot remember what it was I was gonna talk on. This is embarrassing. Quite embarrassing. Shows you how ill-prepared I am. Oh, Lord. What was it? It totally left my mind. Well, okay. I'll just tell you about my day then. So I went to this, luncheon country club thing. And, it was beautiful. It was awesome. It was great. You know, it had a great view. Blah, 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 blah. It was amazing. But I felt so out of place, beyond, because there was these people and they were all prim and proper, oh, I'm a CEO, oh, and I was just yeah, and they're what do you do? And I'm oh, I'm an intern, for school and stuff. And they're oh yeah, you like that human service stuff? And I was yeah, but actually, kind of not really. Guess what? I'm gonna go to, be an electronic maintenance technician. And they're oh. And I guess I hate that response, because, especially in those settings, where everyone's very just, uppity and proper, and then I'm over here oh, I enjoy forklift driving. And it's oh, yeah, awkward. Anyways. Oh! I remember what I was going to talk about. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, it reminded me what I was going to talk about. I froze on you, Alex? Dang it. What do I do? Tell me what to do! Oh, yeah, you can't see me, probably. Oh, snap. I hope this video loads. I hope it is continuing going. And I thought this be weird, but I'm gonna probably post this on YouTube, and I'm saying hello Facebook all over, but who cares, right? Anyways. Dang it, how do I change it to not freeze? I don't know. Okay, I'm back. Okay, awesome. So I was gonna talk a little bit about, it's probably a theme that I talk a lot. I mean, other than that, there's a theme that I talk a lot of, positive, and it seems to all connect. It seems like it's very similar, but I feel like there's key pinpoints that, that I try to get to, but it all kind of collabs together. And you know what? I think I talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again, okay? I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I don't mean to, but it's important to me, okay? And I hope it's important to somebody. But to not let your mindset be focused on feet, because a lot of times it kind of doesn't have anything to do with what I was going through today, but it's okay, because I feel it's important. I feel oftentimes when something bad happens, or a situation, something uncomfortable, or something sour, or sorrowful, when something like that happens, some of us have the resilience to just get back up like nothing. But some of us, including me, I'm talking to myself as well, some of us can stay in that mindset of defeat. Like that sinking heart feeling. I'm never gonna get up from this. My life is over. I'm done. it's done. There's no way I can get back up from this. I don't see me getting better from this. I'm just gonna be here and stuck and depressed forever. And there's no benefit to that. There's really no benefit to that, but do you think we think about that? No. We don't think about that. We think about what's on our plate and how we can't get rid of it. And it's just there. But sometimes, I guess, going off of that analogy, when we have something big on our plate, we can eat it and it'll be small. Like, especially if we're full, we don't feel like eating it, but we gotta get rid of it so it won't be wasteful, even though sometimes I waste a little bit. But anyways, we're getting rid of it slowly but surely. And sometimes when we eat such a big amount that we're not exactly wanting to, but we got to, it takes longer to digest. And you gotta let it digest, though. That doesn't mean you're gonna be full and done forever. That just means that it's gonna take a little longer because it was a bigger situation. Smaller situations are smaller portions. They're easier to digest. But bigger situations require, more digestion. And it's going to take a longer time. But that doesn't mean you have to accept defeat. That doesn't mean that it's going to be like that forever. And I understand there are some huge situations, like big, massive situations that it seems like, I used to think too, my old mentality would say, oh my gosh, I don't know how that person's going to get out of that because that I would never be able to survive. I would never be able to survive that. I would just die. Even though I'm alive, I would just die. And it's like, why? Like, we don't want to die. I mean, we're alive for a reason. We can't accept defeat that way. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but if we accept defeat in our mind, then we will be conquered outside. It will reflect us on the outside, and we will walk in defeat with our heads hanging down, and we won't even be able to look up. We won't even be able to handle anything if we accept defeat in our lives. Whatever the situation, no matter how hard it is, you have to make a decision in your mind that, you know what? I know this is hard, and I know it seems impossible to beat. And I know the odds are not in my favor at all. Sorry, Hunger Games quote. But I have to decide I'm going to find peace in all this. I'm going to find joy in all this. I'm going to focus on what seems unfocusable right now. I'm not going to pay attention to what just happened. I'm not going to look on things I can't change. I'm going to look at a brighter future. I'm going to look at God. I'm going to look at the love that surrounds me. I'm going to pull and grasp so tightly to those things that my sad situation won't seem so sad anymore. I'm going to grasp to whatever good I have left so that you'll survive. And not only survive, but you'll live. Because nobody wants to be dying. Nobody wants to be dying. You see all this anti-age stuff? Nobody wants to get old because nobody wants to die. So don't die inside while you're here. It's not worth it. It's not. I know it's hard, and I still struggle with it. So I'm talking to myself. I'm not just trying to yell at you guys. I'm sorry if that comes out that way. But I'm talking to myself as well. You have to keep moving. You have to focus on the good. No matter how hard it seems, because if you die inside, you're just letting that light that's within you just die with you, and you're taking away yourself. You won't feel any joy, you won't feel any peace, and you're taking away a great impact you can have on others too. So, I just wanted to talk about that again. I think I've talked about it probably umpteen amount of times, but I feel it's really important because I feel like people are suffering with anxiety and depression, and it's like at an all-time high. I even looked it up for like a project at school. It's like at an all-time high. And I'm like, why? It's because I think we're accepting defeat. We're pushing away good. We're pushing away God. We're pushing away anything good in our lives. And we're just taking this world as face value. Being like, oh, well, this world is jaded and it sucks, so I guess my life sucks. And that's it. I just live like that. And I just accept it. No. Though it's hard to think anything different than what everybody else is thinking around you, if you want it for you, if you want peace and you want joy and you want to live happy, it's gonna take time. Some people can just like smile every day and wake up with a smile, and then you're like, man, why are you so smiley? Why? And then people get almost mad and jealous. Like, can you stop being so stinking happy? But in the end, don't you know that's like what you want? Like, don't you wish you could wake up like that? Don't you wish you could just not be jaded and like just be happy even though things around the world keep happening? Like, for your sanity, for you. Like, some people can just wake up happy, but some people have to really fight for it. Some people really have to fight for it, but if you don't fight for it, it's not going to just be there. Sometimes it'll just be there it'll just be there sometimes when something good happens. Let's say you're working, or let's say you get a new thing, or let's say, you get some money or whatever. Then, oh yeah, I'm happy, but that's only momentarily. That's like a tiny bit of happy that you get. It's not going to last you. And when a situation happens, then you get sad. And why does that seem to last longer than when you get happy from something? I hate that. But you can't draw your happiness from situations because it's going to be faulty. It's going to be shaky, and you're going to be constantly trying to strive for good situations that are out of your control sometimes. So I encourage people to fight for your peace, fight for your sanity, fight for your joy. Anything that's worth anything is fight. It's usually a fight. I'm sorry to say it, but it's usually a fight. You gotta fight for what you want. And if you want joy and you want peace, you gotta fight for it. You have to fight your mentality. You have to fight what you normally would think. You can't stay down. You can't be depressed, and you can't stay there. Because if you do, you're just rotting. And I know I spoke on it before. It's just, I feel like it's a huge thing. It's a huge epidemic. And it leads people to drugs. It leads people to other vices. It leads people into rushed relationships because they feel they need to be happy. It makes people buy things compulsively because they feel the need to be happy from possessions. And I will admit, like, I have issues with this too. So I'm just speaking from experience. It leads us to do crazy things in the search for happiness. In the pursuit of happiness, we do some crazy things. And we have to start from the root. We have to start from where it all comes from. We got to start in here and in here. We got to tell our minds, no, I'm not going to be focusing on that bad situation. I'm not going to be focusing what seems like is right in front of my face. I'm going to focus beyond that. I'm going to rise above it. And things I can't change, I let it go. Focus on things you can change. Don't overwhelm yourself. If you overwhelm yourself, you're not going to get anything done. Who knows when, you start thinking, oh my gosh, I got this payment and that payment. I got to clean the house. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then you end up doing nothing. You go to sleep. I mean, I do that, almost on the daily. I've been getting better. Actually. The Lord's really been helping me because I've been praying about it. But a lot of people do that and totally overwhelm their mind and end up doing the exact opposite, being so unproductive because they're like, you know what, it's too much, I can't even. So don't overwhelm yourself. Don't take on things that you can't take on. Don't take on things that you can't change. And don't accept defeat for things you can. So if you can change your mindset, even though it's really hard, try focusing on something like that. Something that you can take down, even if it's little by little. But just, I encourage people because, yeah, people want to commit suicide. People want to do things and harm themselves and do drugs because they're so sad and they're just trying to cope. They're just trying to get by. And it starts in here. We keep trying to make outside, we keep trying to solve something that's inside with outside things. We keep trying to solve something, it's like a heart and mind problem, and we try to solve it with physical things, like drinking, or I want to smoke to feel better, or relieve my stress. I'm going to do this and that, but it's really in here, and it's in here. So we got to start here and in here. Otherwise, it won't change. Like that stuff, it's temporary, and it'll help you for a little bit, maybe. Like smoking, I feel a little relaxed now, but it comes right back. And drinking, I get drunk and I get to forget about it a little bit, but it's right there as soon as you're not drunk again. With a vengeance. I hear those hangovers are really bad. But, like, I'm not saying this to offend anybody. I'm just saying this to hopefully try and help. Because I know exactly. I know I suffer with depression, like, I suffer with it bad. And every time something bad would happen, I'd get in this defeat. And even though I'm a Christian, even though, I'm supposed to have everything together, blah, blah, no. It was like, I didn't know how to not focus on my situation. I was just like, this means I'm done. This means I give up. I'm defeated. And my situation won me over again. And here I am. And now I'm going to mope around for possibly eternity. And that was it. But God picked me up personally. And it's still a fight. It's still a struggle because I was struggling with that pattern for so long, just getting defeated every time something bad would happen, that it was like a lifestyle. It was like how I did things. It was just like, that's just me. Old depression Anna. Like, really? I don't want to claim that. I don't want that. And God help me. God help me. And I still struggle sometimes. I still do. It's hard sometimes when a situation hits you out of the blue or out of nowhere and you did not expect that. And you weren't ready for it. And it's like, how do I get past it? How do I get past it? But you can. Just don't focus on it though. You focus on it long enough, you're gonna do it. But we know that. You focus on like Joyce Meyer said, if I think about wanting ice cream all day, I'm gonna get an ice cream. At the end of the day, I'm gonna get ice cream. So, and yes, Priscilla, we're not perfect. As Christians, we strive to be we strive for perfection, because that's like what God tells us to do. But He knows we're not. But He wants us to try. And I guess that's what I'm saying too, is to try to not accept defeat and not be conquered by your situations. But conquer over, you can control your mind. And you can control like your mind through your heart. And your heart through your mind. You can't control your situations. But they don't have to control you either. So that's all I'm saying is just try something different if it's not working. If it's not working and it only seems to get you nowhere over and over again, then try something different. Because trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a result is not going to work either. So even trying something that's going to be hard, you'll probably get a different result. And it'll be worth it. So I encourage you guys. And I love you guys. And I pray for everybody out there who's going through something. Or even not going through something, but when something does happen, they get in some kind of mood or mindset. So I'll pray for you guys, okay? And God bless you too, Reggie. Okay, I love you guys. I'm done. I gotta go to the bathroom real bad. I know I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. Gotta be yourself sometimes, okay? Okay, love you. Bye.